My great-grandfather acquired this land. His name was Marcos Lujan. He acquired 160 acres in the early 1900s through the Federal Homestead Act. He liked this place because it was far away from everything. He liked to be like by himself. I have memories of him because he lived with us the last summer of his life. He lived with us up here, my great-grandfather Marcos. We used to spend the summers here. The last day of school, my dad would bring us up in the horse wagon because he didn't have a vehicle, he didn't have a truck. So we would come up in the horse wagon. We would go pick up our report cards in school at 9 o'clock, run back home, and by that time, he already had the team on the wagon ready for us to jump in and come to the ranch. We would start from Pecos maybe about 10 in the morning, and we would get up here like about 6 or 7 in the evening. It took us all day. The first thing that came up was the ojito. And before my great-grandfather even built a cabin. It gave us water when we lived here. And that's still there. It still exists. Where Danny Velarde is now, that's where we lived. That was our house. That was the only house. We had a lot of work to do. At 7 o'clock in the morning, between 7 and 7:30, get out and milk the goats, and we did it very faithfully. My dad was the sawmill man. They used to have a team of mules, and they used those to haul the logs. Oh, we managed to squeeze in a little time to play in the evening after all the work was done. My dad would have a radio with batteries, and he wanted to listen to the news. So we were told to get outside so we would make noise. So we played outside.
Well, we didn't know any other life, you know.
No, we didn't.
So we didn't miss any modern facilities because we didn't have them. We never had them.
Where we didn't have refrigeration for the milk or the cheese that my mother made. But my dad made a little house with a screen around it. The casita de los quesos.
Is it still there?
It's still there. The cheese and the milk never spoiled.
My mom got married very young, and
16.
she came up here and started having children. She was the darnest best cook ever.
Yes.
Best bread maker and anything that she made.
We learned a lot from her, no?
Oh, yeah. And I still cook a lot of her recipes, you know.
I get a feeling of gratitude and joy when I think about the days when I was here with all my brothers and my parents. We spent so much time here. It just made an impression. If I don't come at least once a month, I get very lonely. I want to be here. I belong here. My roots are here, in other words. My roots are here. So the cows wouldn't get into the fields. My dad gave me orders in the morning to bring the cows up here to the vallecito. We used to call it the vallecito. And I used to think, one day when I get married and I'm older, I'm going to have a house up here. I grew up with that dream, and that this is where I ended up.
I came here to this ranch here, I think it was 1940 or 41. But I never knew I was going to meet somebody here. So in 1954, 10 years later, that's when I met her. My wife wanted me to build her a cabin. So me and Tommy came and cut the logs, peeled them, hauled them over here, and we started building it.
It was built in 1976 and 77, and of course we kept on improving it. Even up to the early 80s, we were still improving, making improvements. Oh, the other cabins were built by my brothers. Ernie, owns the one at the end of the field, and my brother Isidoro is the one that's the closest to the homestead cabin. And there's another cabin, two more cabins that belong to my two older sisters. When my brother Pat came hunting over here one year, it was the year 1990, and on his way down to Pecos late at night, he had a heart attack. And Tommy and some of his friends and a couple of my nephews found him the next day. He was in the truck, but he had passed away that night. And that's the memorial that's coming in. The little house, that's Orlando's. Because she loved it up here so much, and her son loved it up here so much that we had a memorial for them. Tommy built that one. There's memories, sad memories also, because they're not with us anymore.
All this country here has been something beautiful. Fishing with their kids and all that, and friends. And so it's been a very, very happy life, I think I've had.
Having my family around me it's very special, very special. I keep telling them, you better just keep that cabin up. Because they love it up here, too. And I think my main concern is for them to get along. I want them to have a peaceful life and enjoy this place as much as I have enjoyed it. Those are my wishes and my desires. And my day is coming. So adios, mi rancho grande. That's how I feel.